Good morning.
Good morning. It's a rainy morning.
Yeah, hopefully not. It's supposed to rain all week. Just literally for like the next 6 days. It's supposed to be pretty crazy. I guess down in South Oklahoma, there was tornado warnings and stuff again.
Oh.
I just saw someone had posted this guy. No, he's an amateur storm chaser.
Oh.
And I've known him for a long. He bought some video equipment off me a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I've kind of kept up with him, and he does chase storms and goes and tries to take video and photos of it and stuff. No, not for me. I'd rather not do that. But what I'd rather do is what we've been doing, and we've been cleaning up the property even more, getting it looking good. We're at that point where we have to, unfortunately, start maintaining the property as it goes, because y'all know that we've clearly mulched everything down, cut trees down. Everything's grown back.
I like the maintaining side of things.
Well, we need to be doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying is.
It's just so satisfying.
I mean, it is.
It looks like this, and then you go through, mow it, chainsaw, whatever,
Yeah.
and then it's just like the after's like, whoa, you just can't stop looking at it, and it's, I don't know, it's the most satisfying.
Yes.
The instant gratification.
Yeah, so y'all know, we're working on the barn and the fence over there and getting the pond full for the animals, and we're super close to being ready to move them, and we also have to keep it all maintained, because if not, then it just gets overwhelming and too much for what we're trying to do and everything. So we started doing that, and then we may redo our entire plan of our future house build shop, where that might be. That way it helps benefit our grain bin build and the stuff around it. It's how do we utilize our land the best, and we've talked about it multiple times. And
yeah, get out there with a big tape measure.
Yeah, but it's still hard, because even when we're going to do the barn, we went out and we measured 30 by 30, and I looked at you, I said, that's tiny. That, I don't know. But luckily, we'd already been in a barn that was 30 by 30, but you can look at it now and you're like, okay, plenty of room, looks great.
Glad we didn't go bigger.
Yeah, looks great and everything. So, like, whenever so Paragon Ridge Ranch, their house is a 60 by 60, and half of it is shop, half is the house. And you go there and you walk in the shop, you're like, dang, man, the house is big. Like, everything, it looks a lot different than when you mark out 60 by 60 on the ground.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. So we're not saying we're going to do a 60 by 60. We're just trying to measure out references that we know, and we've been looking up plans online, and I know people probably be saying, like, why are you already jumping the gun and trying to figure out the size of the shop and the barndominium and all that? Well, we're trying to get this situated with the grain bin, but there's certain aspects to it that we really want. We've talked about the garage shop, smaller one that we want to do. Well, will it actually fit? Will we have room to drive through and do stuff? Will we,
The grain bin deck planned on extending, but which way can we do that
without it running into a problem of the other stuff? So
it's like you got to figure out things, like
you got to figure out everything
before
to start working on one thing. And well, you don't have to. After previous places that we've had, Shooting Ranch, we have just really learned to think, and overthink, and then think some more and really plan and plan. And not that our plans are changing drastically, in the moment at least. It's enough. I gotta sneeze. It's enough that
I saw the spray.
It's enough that would you like a stir?
Yeah. I don't think we have one.
There. Use the back end. It's just peanut butter. We have more up here, but
I think I might have poured too much.
Creamer?
Yeah.
That's why I let you do it.
Why? I drink it if you do it.
I know, but then as soon as we're done with Coffee Crock, you're like, I need some more coffee in here. But we have the phone propped up against the coffee maker right now. Will you hit that AC?
Hit it.
Got it. It gets too loud in here.
Yeah. The AC be loud.
But we're really on the edge of starting, like truly 100% starting the grain bin. I know we talked about it a while back when we went to the Airbnb. And at that point, I really thought, I was like, it's right here. We're going to start and everything. And then, of course, we've had rain and weather and waiting on materials for the barn, all that type of stuff. We were able, finally yesterday, to go pick up more material to finish the fencing. And they didn't really have what we wanted, but they had what we wanted, if that makes sense. And actually, in my head, it worked out better.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad for it, but the price.
It's unreal.
It's crazy.
I think we might do a couple of Crocker videos coming up. I think we've kind of talked about it, but we're trying to get a lot of work done, and it's hard to film all the work and edit and all the stuff. So there are videos that are kind of talky videos, but like very informational type. And I think we'll probably do some of those coming up, kind of mix them in. It won't just be talking videos, but the reality of starting from scratch, the reality of how much money we have spent just in 6 months, the reality of how much everything cost. We'll just say this, to put it in like a little bit of perspective. We haven't even done it yet. We just know the price. It's because it's not, we could get it. It's just, we don't need it right now, I guess. A culvert for the driveway. That's one of the first things most people do. They buy land, they put their little driveway in the beginning to get in on the land.
So now we got 4x4.
Yeah, so we weren't really worried about that. So the county guy is always going by
the road.
Yeah, grading the road, and he stopped by and he actually watched the channel before and all that. And we were just kind of talking. He asked because he saw at first, when we first got the property, I started grading the front of the property down towards the road so I could mow it so it's not as steep. And he came in and scraped the thing, and it kind of messed it up a little bit. And I was like, man, what a D move. I clearly was like fixing this, and you messed it up. But he has to do what he has to do to keep it draining. And he talked to us and stuff, or me, I guess. And he said, did you get it graded the way you wanted? And I said, yeah, for the most part. And I thought he was going to be like, well, I'm going to keep cutting it. I didn't really know what he's going to say. And he's like, not legally. I can't think of the right word. The county gets, I think, 20 feet or 30 feet from the middle of the road out, and they can do stuff. So he said, if you want it to be better, I could drive the grader over it and get it how you want it all the way down, because I could do about 20 feet into your property, pretty much to where our fence starts. He's like, I can get in there and do whatever. And I was like, dude, that's super nice of you that you would, stop and talk to us. And he didn't have to tell us anything. He could have just been like, shoot, if they don't call the county, I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
But I didn't want him to because we already had grass starting to grow and I got it pretty good. And so he asked, he's like, "Are y'all ready to put in a culvert?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're pretty much there. It's not top priority. We're doing other things." And and I was like, "What would you recommend lengthwise for the culvert?" He's like, "At minimum, I would say 20 foot, just so you have enough room." He's like, "But if I were you, I would do 30 or 40 feet." And that seems like a lot. 40 foot culvert seems like a lot.
Yeah.
And he just said, and we've had other people stop and say stuff too, but he's like, "I know you got trailers. I know you have to swing in, all the stuff." He's like, "I'm telling you right now, you'll want a big culvert. That way you can swing in real good." But realistically, I think we'll do a 30 foot because 40 foot would be great if we're going to swing in both ways on coming in the driveway. We never come in from that direction.
No.
We always come in from this other direction. So we'll probably do 30 foot. Well, a 30 foot culvert, your basic metal tin, not tin, but you know what I'm saying. The metal ones that you see everywhere for 30 feet is $1,000. And then you got to buy another load of like rock to put over it, $500. So you're talking $1,500 just to come in your property about 15-20 feet.
Yeah.
So you're already talking $1,500 at the very beginning of starting your property. And again, we can go get it right now if we wanted, but we just prefer we'll do that later, and we'll do this other stuff because we do have other stuff to do. But we also didn't do it at the beginning because in our entrance, we had to level it all out, bring dirt in, do all the stuff. Now it actually looks natural. It looks like it was supposed to have been like that. It's all smoothed out. It's all pretty good. And no one will ever know unless they had watched me do it. Everyone would think we just dug out the place for the cattle guard, put it in, and you did everything normal. But in reality, y'all know that we had to bring the whole thing up to level it out, so we had a good driveway. So we kind of got it where we want, and now we're at the point where we'll get a culvert and stuff. But I think it's it's something to bring to light, I guess, because a lot of people do watch, and I won't say too much, but I think we found a home for Hank, and it's viewers of ours that said they have watched our channel and a couple others, and it truly inspired them to buy their own land, and they did, and they're doing all this stuff. And it does kind of make us really, truly think like, wow, we do have people that watch that actually go buy land. We want them to be aware of just letting you know up front.
Yeah.
These are the costs that it is to just get to where we're at, and a lot of people will see that we're not very far. I feel like
we're doing it ourselves, and
so we're saving money.
If we were hiring it out, oh my gosh,
you would at least add another third on to the price that we've already paid.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so I think we might do a video like that. There's your normal cheesy videos of like 10 things I wish I knew before buying land. 10 things I wish I knew before buying a camper.
I got that down.
Top 10 things I hate most about living in a camper.
I got that down.
There's so many things like that there are videos out there, but we have tried and tested, or whatever the saying is. We have been there, and we have been doing it. And I feel like it is good knowledge because this is stuff that I would have been looking up back then before living it. And
I obviously came into all this stuff completely ignorant to every single thing.
But how would you know?
Yeah, literally.
You don't know until you're in it.
Yeah.
So,
I just fell in love with a super hot guy, and I was like, let's go. And then here I am.
Next thing you know, camper be rocking down the road to the new property.
That's right.
But I don't know. It's one of those things that we talked about this on a Crocker Life video, but I feel like a lot of y'all watched that. Had a lady trying to like bash me about the goats and when they got out, and she just went off and said all the stuff about how making excuses and all these YouTube homestead channels are terrible, and she only watches the good ones, and she'll
good ones are lying to you.
Yeah, she'll never watch us again.
Telling you.
Well, we have a Crocker Life video coming out today that's actually pretty ironic.
That one already came out.
Oh, that one did?
Yeah.
So I came in. So it already came out. If you haven't watched it, what are the odds of the exact type of dog and the exact type of goat that I don't even know where they came from?
Yeah.
Are coming up to our property?
Yeah.
And people are talking trash to us that we don't know how to do stuff when the exact same thing has happened to someone else, but they're coming here.
Yeah. Only difference is those people aren't putting their lives on the internet.
Yeah, and no one would ever know if we never came across it and we video everything. But it's, I forgot where I was going with that point of people bashing or whatever. But it is where I have been there, I've done that. I have seen with my own eyes, I've heard with my own ears. I'm not trying to do a video calling YouTube channels out personally, nothing like that. But
just do it.
I mean, I would.
I'm just kidding.
Fine, I will. You talk me into it. I'm trying to be a better person. Okay. So many lies are on the internet. And so many...
Lives or lies?
Both. So many half-truths. So many, I'm not going to tell y'all this. So many bending the truth. We've done it. And it's kind of a thing that YouTubers go through. And you hope, especially now that we're at the spot we're at, we just put it out there. And if you don't like it because it's the truth, there's a million other channels you can watch. And
you have the fear of like, ooh, this happened that was completely out of my control.
Yeah.
But if I show it,
people will tear us up over it.
Yeah.
And I'm just at the point, I think we're both at the point, it's like, whatever, it's the reality. And I feel like we've been through everything. There ain't nothing someone's going to tear me up about. And like I always tell Danielle, I'm an adult. I don't get in trouble. Like, there ain't nothing y'all can say to me to make me feel like I'm getting in trouble. And there's just not. I'm 40 years old, so I don't get in trouble by anyone else other than the law. That's the only person I get in trouble by. And I've even been in trouble by the law. I guess could get in trouble by is the law. But
are you breaking the laws?
Breaking the law.
What? Is that a song?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
But we want to put the reality out there and show you guys and tell you guys. And, if our chickens free range and get out and go and come back beat up, we're going to let you guys know, because we don't want you to let your chickens out and something happened to your chickens. And you'd be like, well, what happened? The Crockers did it and it was fine. We see a lot of things out there that people have animals, or they're building, or they're doing something, and then we do it and we're like, whoa, that was nothing like what they said it was going to be like. And you start to realize every situation is not the same. Sometimes it works great for someone, sometimes it's not great. Sometimes you realize you're a liar. You did not, you are full of it, sir or ma'am, whatever your video is. And then you have your just 100% fake channels where you meet them in person, we're like, whoa, you're like truly a terrible person, and even to your children. And online in videos, you're portraying a completely different persona. Karma will get you at some point, I guess, because you can lie to people online, but at some point,
it's awkward.
It ain't gonna work out like that.
Yeah.
So we've been there, we've done that. I've heard things. I've had at the times bigger channels tell me to lie, tell me to do certain things. And the thing is when you're a young channel and you're trying to make it on YouTube, you're trying to make friends on YouTube, you kind of start doing what people tell you. You start believing things, and you start taking their advice and stuff. And some advice is not good. I've learned not to trust people. I've learned not to always listen to people that have bigger channels. Just because people have subscribers and views doesn't make it, doesn't mean they're truly successful, I guess, or did it in the right way. Everyone has their own way, and there are channels out there that that do things that for views and subscribers that we're not gonna do. Where I know people say about us all the time, like, "You're clickbait, you're lying," or whatever. There's plenty of channels out there that all they do is clickbait. I mean, everything is clickbait. It's all fake. They don't even work. They don't do anything. Their entire channel.
Come up with
a catchy title.
A catchy title that deals with something in the...
That's actually in the video.
Yeah.
And I'll tell y'all this. All the thumbnails we do, especially on the Crocker Life and stuff like that, those are screen grabs that we're taking from the actual video.
Yeah.
And we're putting it... We may...
Yeah, I don't take a thumbnail picture.
No, I was going to say, any of them that are actually
have words
edited and stuff, there may be, I think, like yesterday's, the one, I took, it was actually me pointing at them, and then the goat was a little small, so I made it a little bigger so you could see, and then I took a screenshot of you and then put you in. That way we were both in the thumbnail.
Grabs.
But it's all just straight from the video, and, you know, stuff like that. Or if it is like a clickbaity title, it's because we joke about it in the video. We're like, we're going to name this, "I can't believe this happened." Because that's like the joke of YouTube.
It's always, "I can't believe."
Yeah, just, "Oh, no." So we like make the joke of it. But there are people out there that thrive, and good for them. And that's what I tell Danielle, good for them. They make their money.
This one, "I can't believe they faked it."
No, because yesterday on the Crockers we said, I forgot what it was, and I said something about YouTubers are lying or something like that. So that's too close.
It's too close.
But I don't know. There's stuff like that, I guess, that we try to avoid. And every now and again, if we do a funny clickbait title, like we feel like it's obvious enough, and then there's again the tornado video. I truly thought I might die, to where I text Danielle and text my mom and was just like, this may be it. I don't know. It's coming this way. If it is, just letting you know. You know, like, and so there's stuff like that, but people are commenting, "What a clickbait video. There wasn't even much rain outside." And I was like, well, when it got bad, I wasn't going to go outside and film it.
Some tornadoes aren't rain wrapped.
Yeah.
Obviously aren't from Oklahoma.
Yeah. But I also, when it did get bad, I wasn't going to go outside and film when it's going wild, you know.
You gotta strap a GoPro out there.
Yeah, I guess.
Nader.
Yeah.
With like a solar light.
Yeah. So there's stuff like that.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. No matter what, people will say it's clickbait or it's fake or whatever. But I don't know. It's, I guess, going on a little rant. But I guess the things that we want to do, or some of the videos, are more of like the 100% real truth of living this lifestyle. You know, how long stuff takes, how much money it truly is, especially in this time that we're in. If you're wanting to buy 10 acres raw land and you want to get to the point where we're at, well, we'll let you know how much money it costs and stuff like that. And that's a big no-no on YouTube. A big no-no is you never tell your audience how much money you make. You never tell your audience how much money you spent. You never tell your audience any of that stuff. And to be 100% honest with y'all, it's for two reasons. One is some YouTubers don't make much money and they want to lie and make it seem like they make a lot of money. And then some YouTubers make a killing and they don't want you to know, so you guys wouldn't be, not all y'all, but some people will truly get upset and be like, I liked you when you struggled. I don't like it when you're doing well. And that's a true statement from people. But again, I know people that barely even scrape by on YouTube, and I personally know people that have made millions off of YouTube. So there's a very wide range in between, and people try to keep it quiet. And then, what was I saying? There's two reasons why.
People don't talk about how much money they make, and then you're talking about the price of everything.
I'm trying to think what my other... I
You
had
already
it, I
said
forgot.
two.
No, I said why they don't want you to know how much money
Oh.
they make. And then I think how much money you spend is because
Oh.
then again, you can kind of like calculate how much it actually, how much money they have. And then...
yeah, well, a lot of times if you do show their stories, I guess, if you show that you're buying a bunch of things that are expensive, even if it is for the land and whatever, people start being like, and then I'm not watching anymore.
Yeah, all you're trying to do is show off.
Yeah.
All you're trying to do is show that you have a bunch of money, and...
I think that's projecting a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe, sir, if you get out and work, you can make money.
Yeah.
But you're talking about YouTube channels?
Yeah.
Projecting?
No, I'm talking about people.
The viewers?
Getting upset.
Yeah. My big thing is this, and it's just this is an all over the place video. I guess that's every video with us. But whether it's people that have land or YouTube channels that are doing well and have land, or that they're just doing well, or people that started a business and do well, or people that have nice cars, or whatever it is, I'm not a jealous person. Not a jealous person at all. And I envy, would that be the right word? I'm not jealous of them.
I feel like envy and jealous are
kind of the same.
Are they same?
Yeah. I can't think of the right word, but you
have the dang, I wish where we were, or
well, I'm trying to I can't think of the right word too early in the morning, but I'm not jealous of anybody. It's more of like a motivation. It's more of I want that, so I'm gonna go work for it.
Yeah.
Dang, that person started with nothing and they have this and they built it up and have that. That proves to me it's possible. Dang, that person can they had 10 acres and then they built it up and it looks like that. Like, that's like an inspiration.
There's nothing more inspiring. It truly gives you, I don't even, hope, everything like that too. Whenever you see it done already, instead of being jealous, it's just like,
wow, ours can be like this.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And it's same thing with YouTube channels that, maybe big, maybe getting a bunch of views, maybe their channel's blowing up in the moment, maybe, whatever it is, even if it's people I don't like, I'm just like, dang it, I wish that was us blowing up. But good for them. You know what I mean? It's never why them? I wish it was me. It's more of like, everybody wants to do well. Everybody, as far as a YouTube channel goes, everybody wants to be going viral. That's the goal, is to go viral and stay viral. So when you see other people in their moment of going viral, you're like, dang it, I wish that was us.
So you're like, good for you.
Yeah, but it's like, them doing good isn't hurting me.
Yeah.
So it's like, make your money, make your thing. There was a time for us that we were on and popping, and I'm sure people were looking at us being like, dang, I wish that was me. Well, guess what? Some of those channels, it's probably them that are on and popping now. And you use it as fuel, you use it as motivation, and you use it as like an example of what could happen, rather than being upset and being like, I don't like them now that they're doing good. I don't like them now that they have this. They have what I wanted. Even if you don't really say that, but you're truly thinking it, you'll never get anywhere. You can't get anywhere by being jealous of somebody and hating somebody for doing well, because
that's a wild concept.
It is, but it happens all too often, because when you're going after something, and whether it's YouTube, a job, or buying land or whatever, you would be so upset if people were talking trash to you about it.
Oh, that's interesting. Let me see.
What?
I feel like that's the story of our life.
Well, yeah, but
it's like anything, it's trying to do good or whatever, better ourselves and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, or just doing something out of the box. It's loved ones. Everything is like,
yeah, it is. that's life. And, but.
So it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, and you want people to have, like, your back and to motivate you and to cheer you on. Mm-hmm. And if you want that, why would you not do that to someone else? Yeah. Why would you want to be the person trying to bring them down or talk trash or, like, even if you don't even talk to people and you just see them, they're doing well, and you just, like, think bad thoughts about them? Why? You don't want anyone doing that to you. Yeah. And now, I'm not saying I've always been this way. There was a point in my life where I didn't give a crap about nothing. It was just, like, I'm going to do me. I don't care about you. You say something to me, I'll say something back. Whatever. Y'all know. Y'all have watched long enough to know who I am, and who I become, I guess. But I guess just from experience, it gets you nowhere. And the best thing you can do is just focus on yourself. And when you see something good, you see something, going well for someone else, you don't have to cheer them on, but just in your head, just be like, good for you. I want that. How did they achieve that? Mm-hmm. How did they do that? And use that as a template to help you out and to figure stuff out. So the whole point of all that is we want to put out these videos and tell you guys and show you guys stuff that we're going through, how much it costs. There are certain things that you can do to cut cost. If you're watching, let's just say, for instance, our front fence is pretty expensive. But you don't have to have those type of panels. You don't have to have that type of front entrance stuff. You could put, I don't know for sure, but I think barbed wire is probably the cheaper of fencing, price-wise. It still works great, does everything. We just need, for what we have here, we need something more than barbed wire or everything. We'll just keep getting through it. So there's stuff like that you can always go cheaper, but it gives you an idea of, okay, I see where they're at and how they got there. Now I can tweak that for myself, and it gives people a real perspective. It gives people a real perspective when you let your chickens out, when you have pigs. How dare y'all let Hank and Breakfast fight and leave them alone together like that and this and that? What do you want us to do? Where do you want us to put them? Do you want us to separate them and then they don't even have each other? Yeah. Do you want us to go ahead and butcher one of them? Do you want us to, what do you want us to do? So we're just letting y'all know, hey, you keep two boy pigs together and you don't have a female, guess what? They're probably going to end up fighting. And it can get to the point where they'll hurt each other. Yeah. Just stuff like that.
Even though they've been besties.
For how long we had them? 2 years?
Yeah, ever since Breakfast was just a little bacon bit.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Hank first.
Yeah.
Right?
Or it was the same day, but...
True.
Yeah.
You got him on the same day.
Yeah, the origin story...
Yeah.
...is Breakfast came, who was supposed to be just a little buddy for Hank, grow up and eat.
Yeah.
And then he just snuggled you.
And then he ended up being a really good pig, so... Yeah. Why would we not keep him? But... we're just trying to put the reality out there and show people and everything like that. And it just really hits home, I guess, whenever you do have someone reach out for Hank and they're like, I have watched you and truly you guys have inspired us to buy our own property and do stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, I hope the things that we have inspired you, you really have seen the truths from us and you have seen what could happen and everything and the reality of stuff and all of that, and it just...
Following your dreams
yeah,
ain't peachy.
No. It's probably... following your dreams is probably some of the worst stuff you'll ever do.
Yeah.
The payoff is great, but the process is terrible.
That's the title. Following your dreams, some of the worst stuff you'll ever do.
Boom. Got it.
Oh!
Alright, guys. 34 minutes in and we figured it out. Alright, we'll catch you on the next one. I talked enough. Bye!